Hello everyone, I am Shadhansa Agrawal, a student of class 9 and I am here to give you some knowledge about the fundamental rights. So just imagine what would happen if we don't have the rights. If we don't have the rights, the country will be ruled by a king, there is no role in electing and there is no rules and regulations, and also we cannot do anything whatever we want. We also might want that nobody should be arrested without any proper reasons and information. And if somebody is arrested, then he or she has a fair chance to defend themselves. But we might insist that as far as does not remain on paper, there is someone who assures it, and those who violate get punished. So to live a happy and fearless life, we need a system where security, dignity, and fair play is assured to everyone. So a system where it is guaranteed to everyone, powerful and weak, rich and poor, and minority and majority. That's why right came across. It is necessary for all the citizens to have the rights to express their opinions, to educate themselves, and to law. So some rights that are fundamental to our day-to-day life has given a special status, which is known as the fundamental rights. So we have six fundamental rights. The first one is right to equality, which comes under the Article 14 to Article 18, and it states equality before law and prohibition of discrimination. And the second one is right to freedom. It includes the Article 19 to Article 22, which states the freedom to speech and expression. And the third one is right against exploitation. It includes the Article 23 and Article 24. And in this rights, the exploitation against child labor is prohibited. And the fourth one is right to freedom of religion. This includes the Article 25 and 28. And the fifth one is right to educational and cultural rights. This right includes the Article 29 and Article 30. And in this right, all the sections of society can save their culture, script and languages. And the last one is right to constitutional remedies. It includes the Article 32 and Article 35. And I want to say that we all have to know what are the rights we have, and to live a happy and fearless life in the society. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. I am Trilok sir from class 10, and today we are going to discuss a seminar on topic the idea of democracy and its spread. First of all, we have to know the definition of democracy as democracy is a system in which the people elect the government, and India is the largest democratic country in the world. And Abraham Lincoln, a former US president, defines democracy as democracy is a government of the people, by the people, for the people. अब्राहम लिंकन कहते हैं कि डेमोक्रेसी एक प्रकार का सरकार है जो लोगों का है, लोगों के द्वारा बनाया गया है, लोगों के लिए है. And the word democracy is derived from a Greek word demokratia, in which the demos means people and kratia means power, and it together means people's power. Then let's know the story of Libya. Libya was a poor country from Africa, and it was colonized by European country Italy, but it gained independence on 10 February 1947, but it was in control of UNSC, United Nations Security Council, but it really got independence on 24 December 1951, and Muhammad Gaddafi was the best ruler of Libya who helped in its development. Thank you.
Good morning, sir, and my dear friends. Firstly, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity for seminar. My name is Bini Pradhan from class 9, and today my topic is understanding economic activity. Let us understand what is economic activity. Economic activity is an activity of providing, buying, selling of commodities or services by people to satisfy their day-to-day needs of life. For example, farmer growing and selling crops, making and selling clay pots, teacher teaching children in school, etc. Then come to sector of the economy. Sector of the economy are divided into three parts. First, agriculture and allied sector. In this sector, the process of production primarily depends on nature. It uses natural resources and process. For example, rice, maize, curd, wheat, etc. Industrial sector. In this sector, the goods are manufactured by using machine tools and human labor. For example, using bamboo to manufacture basket, using limestone to manufacture cement. Industry. Goods are produced on a very small scale in the household, mostly by family members. For example, furniture, homemade incense stick, etc. Small scale industry. Small scale industry require more higher capital and labor. For example, rice mill and printing press. Third is large scale industry. Large scale industry require much higher capital and labor. For example, cement and steel factory. Third, service sector. This sector covers special services provided by professionals. For example, nursing, nurse. Presently, I am Samriddhi Agarwal and my today's topic is India's climate. The changes that occur in atmospheric conditions containing temperature, wind, humidity, cloud, rainfall, and takes in a short period, days or months is known as weather. The weather changes constantly. Climate is the weather condition over long duration of time. Long duration means over more than 30 years. The climatic variation of Indian subcontinent are latitudinal position, altitude, distance from sea, air pressure, Himalayan nature, and the human factor. The main season in India are autumn, summer, winter, and monsoon. It is a very important season for us because agriculture is the backbone of our country and agriculture depends on rain. It falls between June and September in India. About 85 to 95% of rainfall is experienced during this month. Rainfall of June and September is called monsoon. Summer falls between March and May in India, and from March and May the hot and dry westerly wind blow across the North India. They slow down at night and blow in direction. These winds are called winter.
Good morning everyone, myself Father Sudra from class 9 and I am conducting my SST seminar and the topic is fundamental duties. Fundamental duties. In part 4a, the article 51a, the 42 amendment in 1976, the 10 fundamental duties has made by Indira Gandhi. The 86th constitution amendment in 2002, the 11 fundamental duties has made. I am mentioning the fundamental right and fundamental duty is similar, but by duty it is different. In like fundamental right, it is by right to freedom, it is given by the government, and a fundamental duty, the uphold the unity, it is given by the Constitution of India to the citizens. There are different types of fundamental duties. First, to respect the ideas of our constitution, to cherish the ideas of our constitution, to national flag, to uphold the unity, to promote and spread the common brotherhood, to preserve and rich heritage, to develop the scientific temper, to safeguard the public property, to save the national environment, to provide the children who age is.
Hello everyone, good morning. Good morning everyone. My name is Jasmine Pradhan from class 9 and I am discuss about weather and climate. First we define weather. The state of atmosphere at a particular place and time regarded as temperature, heat, cloudiness, dryness, rain, cloud, etc. Then climate. Climate means long-term atmospheric condition containing temperature, air pressure, humidity, rainfall, etc. So difference between weather and climate. Weather is a short-term atmospheric condition containing. Climate is a long-term atmospheric condition containing. Weather has little effect on the occupation of people, and climate has deep effect on the agriculture, transport, and some many other things. Some basic elements of weather and climate are temperature, rainfall, clouds, velocity of clouds, and type clouds are the basic element of weather and climate. Thank you.